I looked at the metro for cat food for. I didn't see any
Did you
signs.
find the hills?
The what?
Hills science diet?
No, I didn't see any signs. But sorry.
We can look tomorrow. I'm biting my nipple off again. I have PTSD now.
I didn't even use teeth. It's gentle, bitch. Go for it. Can't watch.
She's a little brat. You need to be brushed. You need to be brushed.
Ravished?
Brushed.
Oh.
I don't talk to my dog like that. I know she's old enough, but I don't talk to her like that.
In cat years, she's old enough, right?
She's in her 40s. What she does in her own time is her own business. I don't want to know. I'm gonna look at you, Daddy. You, Daddy, come here.
Howdy.
I'm gonna just chill. We're gonna shower.
Alrighty.
I'll be nerding.
Alrighty. I'll be nerding.
You're double nerding tonight, aren't you? So
I was gonna do 2 games, yeah.
Holy shit.
But I thought it wouldn't be in your hair, so I don't know. Do you want me to do 2 games?
I can do whatever you want. I haven't showered for a while.
2 days.
What?
I haven't had a shower for a while, for 2 days. Friday.
No, I had a shower yesterday, didn't I? Did I? I said I'm gonna shower for a while.
Oh.
That's what I said. But
Oh, okay. We shower Friday or is it Saturday? That's how good of a weekend it's been. I don't remember.
Melting into each other.
Yeah. That's how cool it is hanging out with you.
Thank you. Yeah. Will you come shower with me? Check on the baby.
All right. Welcome to tonight's 4-game sim, April 25th, 2022, in the Bull League Fictional Baseball League schedule. Welcome. I'm Ray Morrell, your commissioner and host, and calling the play-by-play on a doubleheader for tonight. We've just done we haven't done the team imports. We're going to do the team imports, and then we will get rolling. We're a couple short today. One of our GMs, the computer's in the shop. I just exported myself. I've had a very busy, tiring day. Let's see, Miami didn't export, St. Pete's. And Jeff's Washington squad hasn't exported either. OMG, Jeff. Are you good to go? We'll find out in a minute. Be right there, folks. All right. Just passing the word around, letting everyone know. All good in the hood, Jeff. All right, so tonight's sim, we will be running, I think we're going to go with, for game 1, why don't we do Minneapolis at Toronto? And then game 2 might be, I think, Miami and Arizona. I kind of want to do Washington and Nevada, though. We'll see. We might do Washington, Nevada. Because just Nevada's been on such a hot streak lately. But Minneapolis is in 3rd place in the Lake League West, struggling with just 1 game above 500. They've had a little bit of a bumpy start to the season. My Nomads are 5 games below 500 with a 6 games below 500 with a 7-13 record, 3.5 out of first. The Lake League East is actually the worst division in the Bull League currently. All those teams are struggling to get above 500. Only 1 team is above 500 in that division. So this will be interesting. I don't know who I'm going to have pitching. I think it's Medina. And yeah, Nevada is killing it. Chicago, who are you playing? That's a good question. Chicago is playing in game 2 against Montreal. So you're playing an AI team there, Scott. We tend to try to do a broadcast for two teams that are not AI teams. All right, so one other thing I want to check is the DFAs. I like to check the DFAs. I haven't done a backup in a while. I should probably do a backup. So Miami Storm's got a bunch of players with 1 day left on the DFA, and Washington's got a player who needs to come off the DFA today, Edwin Betancourt. So these are probably going to be placed in your AAA levels, guys, because I don't want to release them on you. Some leagues do that. I'm a nice guy. I don't do that, but they do. They will hold up the sim. I can't advance the sim until those DFAs are dealt with. So try not to let people hang out on your designated for assignment list, because it gums up the whole operation. All right. So, did we have any trades to execute? Let me just double check the trade talk. I don't think we had any trades. It's been a busy weekend. We do have a new GM who's yet to get set up. Welcome, Jason Pulsifer. He hasn't told us what team he wants, so it's hard to set someone up unless we know what team you want, because I've got to go into the game and create a new GM and assign him to a team. And until Jason tells us that, I don't know who's going to be, what team to pick. All right, yeah, I should release him. That's what happens in the ABL, right, Scott? They just release him. Jason Goldie doesn't mess around. Close to Michigan. What? What about Michigan? Oh, Jason, did he say something close to Michigan? He said he's in Grand Rapids, and we've got a team we used to have a team in Detroit. We've had Milwaukee, but I don't know if he didn't actually confirm that he's interested in Milwaukee, which formerly was Battle Creek, the Battle Creek Attack. But either way, we've got to get him set up. There's still a few details and whatnot, so hopefully he's watching. But glad you popped in. Pulsifer. Glad you popped in there, Jeff. Jeff, that guy on the screen, Edwin Betancourt, is there a particular level you want me to put him on, or do you want me to just put him on AAA? Because if we don't do something with him, we won't be able to advance the game date. That's the trouble with the DFAs. So, well, let me know. Check my mail messages while we're doing that. Oh, look at that. I found a young talented prospect out of New Zealand, Yin T Ku. Let's see how many stars he is. Oh, half star potential. Wow. That's really going to boost our system. Don't think so. Anyway. All right, so yeah, probably Minneapolis and Toronto. Yeah, I'll do my game because I know my players really well. And again, I didn't get a chance to do any game prep just because it's been a bit of a hectic weekend. And as you can see, I'm simming from an undisclosed location. Demote him. All right, I'll demote him to AAA. That's what we'll do. We'll put him on AAA. And then you can figure out where you want to put him after that. So Edwin Betancourt, AAA, Salt Lake. Oh, this is the glitch. He's got to be on the 40-man roster because he has a major league contract. So did you DFA him but not waive him? Let's have a look. I'm wondering if that's what happened. That might be the glitch here. You might have DFA'd him without waiving him. You've got 39 on your 40-man roster. I think I have to add him to your 40-man and put him on your... I don't have to put him on the active roster. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to place on 40-man roster And I am going to make sure he's demoted to AAA. He's out of option years. Wonderful. So now he has to be optioned, or sorry, he has to be waived before he can be demoted. So now he's on waivers. So you'll have to, he's still on DFA, which is the other problem. Can you claim a guy who you just put on waivers? I don't know. But I can't demote him. Ay, 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 ay. And he's run out of DFA time. This is the glitch. So here's what we're gonna do. Who is your worst guy? You have a lot of SPs. I can't do it to Ivan Murillo. Okay, David Walls is going to replace Edwin Betancourt on the DFA list. So David Walls is going to get waived and DFA'd. Betancourt is going to get put back on the roster so he can be off of the designated for assignment list. He's still on waivers, which means he can still be claimed. But hopefully he doesn't get claimed. Just release him. Oh. All right. Sorry, I've got the chat on another screen. Yeah. Let's see if I can undo this. Remove player from waivers. Designated for assignment. Place on secondary roster. Remove player from waivers. He's not. Okay. Let's release Betancourt. It's going to add $1 million to your costs, but there you go. All right. As requested. Oh, crikey. All right. Well, sorry, buddy. Yeah, I saw the messages too late. See, I got to flip screens to see the chat. And then anyway, so whatever. We'll leave it like that. I'm sure you can probably hire him back as a free agent if you really want him, but yeah, you probably don't really want him. All right. And so it goes. All right. So we did the import. We got our standings. We're going to do a game broadcast. We'll do a doubleheader. First game will be Minneapolis Ravens at Toronto Nomads. Let's see if I can climb out of the basement here. Minneapolis is starting to pick up steam, and Toronto is their last couple weeks has been brutal. Let's see, we are 7-13 in April. Of course, it's April, but the last 10 we've been 2-8. So that's we started out okay, kind of even around close to 500. Now we've really fallen off the cliff over the last 10 games. So let's see if we can turn this ship around. And then game 2, I'll pick which game we're gonna do for game 2 afterwards. So, all right, save the game. I'm gonna start a backup. That's gonna take a couple seconds, but when I start the backup, I think now we're just down to one viewer. I wanted to run a contest for ball cap, but I'm not gonna do it with just one viewer. So, yeah. I guess everyone's watching other streams. Don't blame you. $20 minutes, and we've got two viewers on the stream, and not much going on. I think Dylan will probably join us partway through the stream, but yeah. All right, let's get this game rolling. All right, so today's lineups for the Ravens, visiting Ravens. Oh, good. You'll get a good look at GTA Gun Safety Stadium. I think I wanted to fix some things with this 3D, but at least you'll see a custom stadium that I did, which is always nice. I wish I had more time. It takes about 3 days to bang out a stadium, and that's me working a few hours a day. It's very painstaking drawing the infield lines, and for some reason I've tried to template it, and it hasn't worked out too good. Anyway, Brendan Seymour will lead it off for the Ravens, former Toronto center fielder, as a matter of fact, I believe. No, I'm thinking of someone else. Brandon Seymour. All right. Well, I thought he was once mine. We did have a Seymour. He's 3 for 10 against Medina. He's done fairly well, but it is a small sample size, as they like to say. But so far this season, he's doing pretty good. 345 and 856 OPS. The young fella's got a couple home runs too. Xavier DeSoto, the third baseman, 5 for 19 against Medina. He'll be batting second. Lang Xing Su has a little bit more of a sample size as well, like DeSoto against Medina. 19 at bats. He's had 5 hits. He's batting 386 this season. Good for Su. Bill Mahoney is DHing the catcher. This is his normal position. Chris Zahn batting 5th, the left fielder. Vandro Sirigo batting 6th. He's a bit of a power hitter. I'm surprised not higher up in the batting order. Viriato Quintal, the shortstop, batting 7th. Alex Saldana, the catcher, batting 8th. And some fella by the name of Takahashi. And oh my God, I just remembered I was supposed to do something for Brandon's lineup. Because he wasn't able to export. So let me just make sure that this guy is, hold on. He was supposed to be tagged as an opener. So Takahashi is going to be an opener. Let me set the game strategy. Use as opener. All right, he's already being used as an opener. Sorry about that, guys. But Brandon, that's the one thing Brandon asked me to do, and his PC's in the shop, so he can't export. So back to the scores, back to manage game. Alejandro Dominguez is the pitcher for the Ravens. He's got 3 games done this season so far. He's got a 2-0 record with a 2.76 ERA, which is darn good for this league. 7.7 Ks per 9. That's not bad for a starter. A 122 whip. So he's got he's putting up some pretty good numbers. He's coming off of a losing season as a reliever. He's now a starter. It was a losing season 2020. He had a barely winning season 2021 as a starter, and he's going to try and improve that this year. My lineup for the Nomads: he's back from injury. Joseph Walker, left fielder. He was injured early on in the season. I thought he's got 80 at bats. Played 19 games. Okay, never mind. He was injured last year though. And he's struggling to really come back to his old form. He's not that old. He's only 27, but he was a top-tier leadoff guy with a high contact rating. He's had a bit of a ratings decline. Sam Idiels, my hotshot youngster, 21-year-old shortstop, is doing real well. Batting 403. He is the current batting leader for the Lake League, so I'm hopeful that he'll maintain that, and that'll help boost the team. Get us help start turning the ship around. Mike Ryba, another young fella, he's right fielder, batting 3rd. Nick Yagislav had a great spring. He's got 6 home runs, 18 ribbies, so he's doing all right. 316 with a 1033 OPS. I'm hoping to see big things from Nick. Brian Chambliss, the first baseman, batting 5th. Trey Sarazen, the catcher, batting 6th. Gary Halfpenny, the second baseman. In the number 7 slot, center fielder is Kenny Peterson. I believe it's Kenny. Yeah, Kenny Peterson. What's his name? Dong Kyun Kim, the Korean DH. He's actually normally a second baseman. He'll be batting 9th. Where else would you put a DH, right? And Alex Medina is the pitcher for Toronto, my $36 million a year pitcher. Thankfully, he's on the back end of his contract. He's had some ratings decline, winning seasons, but he's 0 for 1 today with a 6.11 ERA. He's just not. I mean, he's a middle rotation guy now. He's no longer the top tier ace that he used to be. We're going to get this game going. Sorry it was long drawn out getting things rolling. But as you can hear, the crowd sounds are there, and we've got a game. Hey, Jason's here. Go Ravens. Thanks for joining us, Jace. Don't forget to hit the heart and give us a follow if you haven't already. All right, Brandon Seymour will lead it off for the Ravens. Alex Medina on the mound for Toronto. I'm hopeful that Toronto can pull off a win here, but the odds are against us. We do have a fairly decent lineup now, but it's our pitching that's gone downhill lately. So let's see how it goes. Welcome to GTA GunSafety.com Stadium, and I can see that my stadium is not up there, so I've really got to take a look and see why it has not loaded my 3D stadium. And I suspect it's, I'm not even going to guess why that is, actually. But I'll have to figure it out. I do actually have a stadium 3D for this stadium. But now that we're at a stadium that I know I've done a 3D for, and it's still the same stock stadium, then something's obviously gone haywire. But anyway, fly out to left field for Seymour. That'll bring up X-Man, Xavier DeSoto. 1 away, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, and a soft contact fly ball to foul territory in front of the Minneapolis dugout. And that's caught for out number 2. Here's Lang King Soo. 1-2 pitch strikes him out, and Medina gets a K. It's a 3-up, 3-down start to the inning and to the game. So Toronto will now get their first turn at bat. Joseph Fish Walker from Norfolk County, Ontario. With solid contact up the middle, nobody has it, so he'll arrive at first with a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for Walker, who is a threat to steal. He led the team, if I'm not mistaken, he led the Toronto team in steals last year. Sam Idiel is the next batter. He led in at-bats, too, I think, a couple years ago. Idiels with solid contact up the middle. It's a fly ball. It's not going to be deep enough. It's on the track, but Joseph Walker's going to have to retreat. He won't be able to tag up. Brandon Seymour, not with the strongest arm, but just not enough distance there to make the cutoff. 1-1 pitch to Mike Ryba, and it flares out over the fence to right field. That didn't look like it was going to carry, but it does, and Ryba delivers a 2-run shot to put Toronto on the board. 411-foot home run. That looked like it barely cleared the fence. Nick Yagislav, the next batter, the cleanup slot. Full count to Yagislav, 1 out on the board. Swing and a miss, and Dominguez struck him out on a sweeping curveball. Brian Chambliss, the next batter, 2 away. Toronto with a 2-run lead now. And he's caught looking on a belt-high cutter that ends the inning. But Toronto, 2 runs on that Mike Ryba home run to right field. And we are into the top of the second. And I will check the scores. It should be fairly early in the games for the other games that are in progress. But we'll take a quick glance. New York has jumped out to a 5-0 lead over Ohio. It's still the top of the first there. 0-0 in St. Pete's again. And they're playing Seattle, And it looks like the other 2 games have not started yet. Nevada, Washington, and Chicago, Montreal. Bill Mahoney will lead it off here for the Ravens, top of the second. Strike 3 pitch to Mahoney from Medina, as he seems to be channeling his Sandy Koufax season from, I think that was 2016. Seems to be on fire today. He's having a good start. 17 pitches in, 2 Ks, no walks, no hits, no runs. 2-2 count to Chris Zana, and back-to-back strikeouts. Backdoor slider. Vandro Sirigo, the first baseman for the Ravens. We'll see if he can get something going. 1-0 pitch to Evandro Sirigo. Makes contact. It's up in the air to right. Playable and caught by Mike Ryba, who had that home run for Toronto last inning. So 3 up, 3 down for Minneapolis. We go to the bottom of the second. Trey Sarazen will lead it off for Toronto. He'll be followed by Gary Halfpenny and Kenny Peterson. Sarazen, .233 this season. 11 ribbies, no homers. Ground ball, hard hit ground ball to second. And he legs it out. There's no throw from Sue. Infield hit to deep second base, but Sue maybe couldn't get a handle on it. Trey Sarazen, not the fastest base runner on the Toronto squad. Gary Halfpenny, the batter. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dominguez puts him down. Strikeout number 20 for the season? No, that doesn't make sense. He's only got 17 this season. All right. Kenny Peterson, the next batter. Trey Sarazen at first. Full count with 1 away. Makes contact to second. They get the runner from first out, but Peterson beats the throw to first. So the top half of a double play. Peterson's safe on a fielder's choice. Dong Kyun Kim, the DH, batting ninth, where you always want your DH batting. You might as well have the pitcher bat at that point. Kenny Peterson, and there he goes. He balked. I thought he was stealing, but no, ump rules, it's a balk. Peterson goes to second. Dominguez making a mockery of the pitching profession here. What's he done? Dong Kyun Kim. 3-0 count, draws a walk. Probably the best thing that could happen now for the Ravens as it sets up the double play. Although they're back to Joseph Walker at the top of the Toronto order, and he's been making contact lately. So 2 out, 2 on. 2-0 lead for Toronto. 0-2 count. Ground ball back to Dominguez. The throw to first gets Joseph Walker, and that ends the inning. So stranding 2 runners here in the second. We will go to the third as Toronto fails to score. They hold the 2-0 lead. Viriato Quintal will lead it off, the shortstop for the Ravens. He'll be followed by Saldana and Takahashi. 3-1 pitch. Draws a walk. That is the first walk of the game given up by Medina's 12th on the season. Viriato Quintal, very quick runner. 1-0 pitch. And he balks. That's the second balk we've seen today. Out comes the Toronto manager who wants to discuss it with the umpire, but looks like there will be no resolution. The umpire wins that discussion every time. Quintal at second. Didn't even have to steal it. Alex Saldana at the plate. 2-0 count. There goes the runner to third. No throw. Sarazen can't get the ball. And Quintal picks up stolen base number 5 this season. Outfield comes in to cut that throw down to home, but there's no play as Medina issues his second walk. So both base runners are on base as a result of Medina's walks. There's now no outs and runners in the corners for Takaki Takahashi. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Medina could easily strike out his way out of this situation. But will he is the question. He's not the same Medina as he was 3-4 seasons ago. As Brandon Seymour comes up to the plate. 0-1 pitch. He grounds that one up to center field. The run cashes in from third, and the other runner goes to second on the play. It's an RBI single for Brandon Seymour as Saldana's at second. Minneapolis with a run on the board. The 1-0 pitch to DeSoto. High fly ball to the deep left center. And oh my God, Peterson dropped the ball. That is an error. And the fielding has just gone down the toilet here. This is looking like a Sandlot game now. 2 box, a dropped fly ball in center field. And Minneapolis has tied the ball game. As Saldana cashes in, Brandon Seymour is at third. DeSoto's at second, and Lang Ching Su is the batter. 1 away. Here's the pitch. Hard hit line drive up the middle, and this is going to be 2 runs easily on this double. May even be a triple. No, sliding double. And Toronto's fielding out of position there, and boy, did they have to chase that ball down. A 4-2 lead for the Ravens on a 2 RBI double for Su. And Medina had a great first inning and a great second inning, but he's having a terrible third inning as he's struggling with just 1 out on the board. Already given up 3 earned runs. Mahoney, the batter. Fly ball flaring deep to the shortstop pocket. It's caught. Idiels makes the catch. 2 away. Su's not going anywhere. And Medina, who's slated to be an opener, is now in his 3rd inning, and this could be why he was supposed to be out of here a lot earlier. Ground ball to first. Looks like Chambliss will take it to the bag to retire the side, but the Ravens get 4 runs. A big inning for the Minneapolis Ravens as they now jump out ahead with a 2-run lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd for Toronto, and we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard after this. Sam Idiels to lead it off. 0 for 1 today, batting .397 on the season. He's still he was at the beginning of the game, still the league leader, Lake League batting leader. The 2-1 pitch to Sam. And it's knocked hard to left field, but right into the glove of Chris Zahn, who makes the catch, and he is retired. Mike Ryba, the next batter, had that 2-run shot. Scored Walker and himself back in the 1st inning. 2-2 count to Ryba. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dominguez chalks up K number 4. And there's quickly 2 away for Nick Yagislav, son of Yuri Yagislav, bull leaguer from back in the 90s. Fly ball to the right field foul territory. Sirigo's back to get it. And that ends the side. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the 4th. Check those out-of-town scores. There's only 4 other games in progress. Ohio with some runs on the board now. They're only behind 6-3 from New York. St. Pete's has a 2-run lead over Seattle. They're 2-0 in that game. They're in the top of the 4th. And we've just started in Chicago. There's no scoring yet. They're in the bottom of the 1st. Nevada's game starts at 10:05. Sirigo to lead it off for the Ravens. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball flaring out to left. Playable and should be caught by Walker. 1 out. Briado Quintal, the next batter. 2-2 pitch to Quintal. Strike 3 on a breaking ball. 2 down. Alex Saldana, the next batter. Full count. Here's the pitch. Hit hard into left. It's going to bounce and hit the wall. It's a double as Walker goes back for it. The throw to second is not in time. And it is indeed a double for Saldana. Runner in scoring position for Takahashi. Here's the 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strikeout. And so Minneapolis strands a runner at second. That'll give Toronto their turn to come up to the plate. Brian Chambliss to lead it off. Swing and a flaring fly ball to right. Charging in for it in the foul territory is the outfielder who fails to make the catch. That'll be an error. But as it's in foul territory, it's just another strike. So Takahashi with an error. Could have been an out. Brian Chambliss. If there's runners on base, they could have ran at that point. Chambliss with the 0-1 count now. Here's the pitch. Soft contact back to the mound. Dominguez with the throw to first gets him. 1 away. Trey Sayers in the batter. 2-2 count. Hit hard into the right field corner. This is going to bounce off the sidewall. And it's an easy double, looks like, for Sarazin. Sliding in, but he had plenty of time. Made hard contact solidly to the right field corner. Takahashi had to chase it down. He's got a bit of a gun of an arm, so Sarazin wasn't going to try for a third base on that one. Gary Halfpenny, the next batter. 1 away, runner in scoring position. Soft contact to first. Sarazin goes to third on the ground out. And Kenny Peterson is the next batter. Full count. Draws the walk on the outside, ball 4. That cutter misses. Dong Kyun Kim, the next batter. Had a rough start to the season, and he makes soft contact. Flaring this one up. Looks like Sirigo has it in the infield, and that is the inning. We go to the 5th as Toronto strands 2. On 1 hit, 1 error. Brandon Seymour leading off now, the top of the Ravens order. 1 and 2 today with an RBI. And the inside pitch, he takes it up to the middle to short. Idiels makes the throw to Chambliss and gets him. Xavier DeSoto, the next batter. Draws the walk. Works that count. Medina up to 76 pitches now in the 5th. And speaking as the Toronto GM, I did set him to be an opener. He should have been gone a while ago. Langxing Su, the next batter. He's 1 for 2 today with 2 ribbies. DeSoto connects, and it's a long drive to the right center gap. Good for a double. Looks like, no, could even be a triple. An RBI triple for DeSoto, and that'll make it 5-2 for Minneapolis. And thank you for the follow, Battle Arena, LOL Battle Arena. We're now just, I think, 11 followers away from the Magic 50. So tell your friends. That's going to spell the end of Alex Medina. Takashi Hasegawa is going to come in to pitch. He's got a 2-2 record this season and a 5.93 ERA, but he does get more strikeouts than walks thus far. And so as a fresh arm with some pretty decent stuff, Toronto's going to hand the ball off to Hasegawa and hope for the best. With 1 out, runner at third, Bill Mahoney, a bit of a slugger at the plate. The 2-1 pitch to Mahoney. Tap back to the pitcher who makes the throw to first. Sue is hamstrung. He doesn't leave the bag at third as Chambliss makes the out. 2 away now. Chris Zahn, the batter. Full count to Zahn. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the threat, but Minneapolis gets another one on the board. They have a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Joseph Walker, top of the Nomads order. And he's going to try and get something going here. The 2-2 pitch. Makes contact. It makes it out of the infield, just past the outstretched arm of the shortstop. Viriato Quintal. And into short left. Walker safe at first with a leadoff single. Sam Idiels, batting leader of the Lake League currently, although that may be in jeopardy after an 0-2 game. 0-2 game. Let's see. Oh, and he bunts here. He's going to be out at first, but he advances the runner. A well-played bunt right back to Dominguez. And Walker is now in scoring position with 1 out. Mike Ryba, the next batter. Toronto pulling some small ball here. We'll see if Walker tries to steal, get himself closer to third. He goes. The throw is not in time. And Walker is now 6 for 6 on stolen bases this season and 90 feet away from getting another run on the board for Toronto. Tying run is on deck. Ryba, 3 balls, draws the walk here. And now we have the tying run at the plate. Nick Yagislav, the batter. I believe he's the current home run leader for Toronto. First round draft pick in 2019 for Toronto. 1-0 count to Yagislav. Goes up the middle. It's flaring. It's going to be caught, but Walker tags up. Here's the throw all the way from center. He's safe at home. What a throw, though. It was close. It was a bang-bang play. Seymour, not with the best arm in the league. Toronto gets a third run on the board, but they have 2 outs on that fly ball from Yagislav. Ryba at first. Brian Chambliss, the batter, 0 for 2 today. Full count. And he stares at a strike 3 pitch. And that ends the inning. But Toronto with a run on, edging into that 3-run lead, making it a 2-run lead now for the Ravens. He did look out to me, too. Evander Sirigo, the next batter. Hasegawa working his second inning of the game here in the top of the 6th. And oops, I forgot to check the out-of-town scores. There's only 4 other games, though. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Sirigo. And we'll just have a quick look at those scores just for the benefit of the other GMs watching. Ohio's made it a 1-run ball game as New York just has a 1-run lead, 6-5. St. Pete's still leading Seattle, but it's 3-1 now. Montreal has a 3-run lead over Chicago. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Chicago just with 1 hit. Surprising from that powerful lineup they have. Ricky Marte with a 2-run homer. Back to the game here in Toronto. I'm a little disappointed I can't show you guys the beautiful 3D stadium I did. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Viriato Quintal at the plate. With 1 away, the 1-2 pitch to Quintal. Ground ball to Chambliss at first. The throw to the pitcher covering the bag is in time. Quintal is out. Alex Saldana is the next batter. 1 for 1 today. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the corner. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball. And that will end the inning. Bottom of the 6th now for Toronto. They're going to try and edge some more runs in. Trey Sarazen, the batter, 0-1 count to Sarazen. Makes contact, back to the mound. The throw to first is in time. He is out. Gary Happenny, the next batter, 0-2 count. 0 for 2 today. A 2-1 count. Solid contact up the middle. It's into center field, and it's a base hit. A badly needed hit for Happenny, who's been on a cold streak. And that'll bring up the left-handed batter, Kenny Peterson. The runner at first, 1 away. McDevitt comes in to pitch for the Ravens, and a flaring oppo hit just outside of reach of the shortstop, makes it into left field. It's a single for Peterson. Happenny at second. Dong Kyun Kim, the next batter. Full count to Kim. He draws a walk. Bases loaded now. For Joseph Walker, and the infield's going to play in. The outfield's playing shallow. They're trying to cut off any chance of extra runs here, or hopefully any runs. 3-1. Ground ball to short. The throw to home is in time. And so Walker safe at first on the fielder's choice. No run scores. 2 outs on the board. Peterson's at third. Got a bit of a faster runner now. Happenny, not the quickest. It was Sarazen, was it? No, it was Happenny who got that single. He was not the quickest guy. Kim at second. Walker at first. Ideal's at the plate. Has some power, but not necessarily against lefties. Full count to Idiels. The runners are on the move. Fly ball deep to right, and it's over the fence. A grand slam for Sam Idiels. Will make this a Toronto game again. 355 feet, barely clearing the fence. And that is his third home run of the season. Idiels, the batting leader, and now with a very key grand slam here to give Toronto a 7-5 lead in the bottom of the sixth. Mike Ryba with 2 outs, now with clear bases, is the next batter. McDevitt not very pleased with himself, giving up a grand slam there. They strike him out, and that'll end the inning, but Toronto with a big 4-run shot as they get the grand salami to right field there on a Sam Idiels home run. Hasegawa on the mound for Toronto, working his third inning. Takahashi, the number 9 in the Ravens lineup, he'll lead it off here, top of the 7th. And he'll start with a full count. No swing, it's low for ball 4. Takahashi with a free pass from Hasegawa. Brandon Seymour is the top of the order now. And he's going to follow up from Takahashi. 2-1 pitch. And a liner down the third base line into left field. It's going to be a double. Safe at second. As Walker had to hurry to cut that off. Could have ended up being an RBI double. But Takahashi had to think twice. Walker's got a pretty solid arm. Jose Canas comes in to pinch hit. 2 runners in scoring position. Full count. Swing and a miss. Hasegawa with the heat. That'll bring up Lan Ching Su. 2-2 pitch to Su. 1 out, 2 runners on. Ground ball to short. The runner's coming in from third. He's going to score, but they get the out at first. And so Toronto only gives up 1. Seymour's at third, and there's no runner at first. Bill Mahoney, the batter, 2 away. Hasegawa, 4 Ks on the night, just 1 walk, 1 hit. He's actually having a solid outing despite giving up a run there. Solid contact to left, but ranging over for it is Walker, who makes the catch, and that will end the 7th. We'll go to the stretch. The Bluebirds here at GTAGunsafety.com Stadium. Can't take a firearm safety course now at the Corona. Toronto with a 7-6 lead. I'm trying to remember who in their lineup is due up. All right, thanks for that. Best organist in the league. Yageslav, Chambliss, and Sears, and a pretty decent part of the Toronto lineup is up next. Cruz. Double Cruz is coming in, the right-handed pitcher. He'll come in to pitch for the Ravens. Let's see how his line is like this season. 0-1, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 earned runs given up, and 11 hits given up in 9 innings. His ERA is 5.00. And Yageslav 0 for 2 today with an RBI. Had a sac fly to shallow center. That's what scored the RBI. And he gets a base hit to left as it just squeaks by the infielders. So leadoff single for Yags. Brian Chambliss, the next batter. 1-1 pitch to Chambliss. Makes contact up the middle. It flares and drops into shallow center. Yags is at second. He had to hold up to see if it was caught or not. But it wasn't. It just made it outside of the infield. So the first two batters are on for Trey Sayers and no outs on the board. Sayers in 2 for 3 today. Full count. Ground ball to second. They get the runner at second. But Sarrazin is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Chambliss was the runner retired at second. Yagislav at third. Halfpenny the batter. 1 out. Full count. Draws the walk. And we will have bases loaded for Kenny Peterson. It's 1 for 2 today. No home runs this season. Batting .304 this season with a .796 OPS. 1-0 count. Infield's in with 1 out. Ground ball to second. And it looks like the infielder was hamstrung there. The run scores from third. Yagislav has the Jets. Peterson safe at first. There was no throw to get anybody. Perhaps Sue was mindful he didn't want to give up 2 runs on a missed throw. Dong-Kyun Kim, the batter, still bases loaded. Toronto now with an 8-6 lead. Sarazen at third. Halfpenny at second. Peterson at first. Here's the pitch. Hard contact into right field. This will be 2 runs for sure. It is shallow. 1 run scores only. Sarazen cashes in. Halfpenny thought better of it as the ball was very shallow and right. And Takashi with a solid arm could easily have thrown him out. Joseph Walker, the next batter. Still just 1 out on the board. Full count pitch. Walker connects. It goes to right, and this will be 2 runs for sure. Just 1 run again. A sliding catch by Takahashi in right field to prevent it from going past him. He catches it on the bounce. Walker with an RBI single. And we have 10 runs for Toronto. 4-run lead over the Ravens. That's going to bring in Danny Hooten, the former Detroit pitcher, who was picked up, I'm presuming, in the contraction draft before the 2021 season. Sam Idiel's the batter. 1-1 count. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Idiels did have that grand slam. He grounds out to first, though, as Hooten covers the bag. The run scores from third. Peterson cashes in, but now the batter has been erased, so it's 2 on, 2 out. Mike Reiba is the next batter. Idiels with the sack grounder. Is that such a thing? Sack hit? Sack hits are really on bunts. An RBI ground out. How's that? Here's the pitch. Reiba takes it to center field. It's a looping fly ball, and it's pretty harmless. And caught, but it is 11-6 for Toronto as they get another 4 in this 7th inning. Taking advantage of some missed plays and some pitching struggles. Chris Zahn is the next batter for the Ravens. Hasigo is still on the bump for Toronto. Ravens have a number of runs to make up. They need 5 runs to tie. Full count. To Zahn, who has 2 strikeouts already. Ground ball to short. The long throw from Idiels to Chambliss is in time and on the money. Sirigo, the next batter, who can make solid contact. He's got 4 home runs this season, 1,004 OPS. The 3-0 pitch inside for ball 4. Viriato Quintal, and that's going to bring in Justin Gilchrist to pitch for Toronto as we say goodbye to Hasigua. One-zero pitch, solid contact. It's going to drop in for a base hit to right. Reiba's there to get it. The runner goes from first to third, and he's safe. Sirigo now at third with just 1 out. Quintal at first. The outfield's coming shallow for Alex Saldana. They'll try and hurry a throw home if need be. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Top of the 8th here, Takahashi. The next batter with 2 away, runners in the corners. Gilchrist tees him up. Here's the delivery. A flaring fly ball to a chasing Walker in left field who makes the catch, and that ends the threat. So no run score for the Ravens, despite getting 2 base runners. Out of town. I haven't done the out of town scores. You're right. Thanks for the reminder, folks. Quick out of town scoreboard check. 10-5 is the score in Ohio as New York has suddenly put a bunch of runs on the scoreboard. Ohio behind by 5. Chicago's on the scoreboard in the Montreal game, but they are behind 8-4. We're all tied up in Nevada as Washington has a run and Nevada has a run. And we're all tied up at St. Pete's as they are 5 apiece as well. Bottom of the 9th in St. Pete's, bottom of the 9th in Ohio. And we're in the bottom of the 8th here in Toronto. Nick Yagislav leading off for the Nomads. Blooper to the right field side, and he's in safe for a single. And he does have some wheels. Chambliss, the next batter. Danny Hooten, his first hit given up this game. 2-1 pitch. And another one squeaks out of the infield. It's going to be a base hit to left this time. Yagislav at second. Trey Sayers in the batter. 2 for 4 today. He's having a good game. Swing, and it's made me connects to right field. It could be an RBI. No, just a single. As Yags holds up at third. Again, Takahashi with that cannon arm. Yagislav not willing to give up the out on a hunch that he could make it to the plate. Gary Happenny, and there's no need to with a 5-run lead either. Gary Happenny, the next batter, bases loaded, no outs. Danny Hooten in a lot of trouble here. Ground ball back to the mound. The throw to home is not in time. No, they get the out at first. Sorry, at home. They don't get the. They don't make a throw to first. So no run scores as Yags is thrown out at home by Danny Hooten. Heard the umpire say safe and figured it was the home plate umpire, but no, Happenny safe at first. Kenny Peterson, the batter. Bases loaded with 1 out. It's already got an RBI today. 3-1 pitch. Inside for a walk, and the Ravens have given a freebie to Toronto as they walk home a run. It is now 12-6 for the Nomads. Dong Hyun Kim, the batter. 1-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Inside, but it's a strike 3. 2 outs on the board. That is the first K of the game for Danny Hooten. And that'll bring up Joseph Fish Walker. 3 for 5 today with the ribby. He can connect against the lefties. And he does, but it's right to third base. They get the out at second. And that ends the inning. But Toronto squeaks another one onto the scoreboard. 12-6 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll go to the 9th, and we'll see if Minneapolis can get 6 big runs in the 9th. Otherwise, they're going to have to call it a game. Brandon Seymour, top of the Ravens order. He'll be followed by Mitch Murchison, who's now playing third base, unless they pinch hit for him. Seymour did double off of Hasigua before, and he's got a long shot to right, and it's gone. Leadoff home run for Seymour. And that's going to make it 12-7. Peterson had no chance at grabbing that one. Damian Hines will come in to pitch. And although he's the closer and it's not a safe situation, Toronto not willing to give up the loss. They're really struggling this season, and so they pretty much need this win. They're willing to give their best pitcher a shot at securing it. So Mitch Murchison at the plate. Top of the 9th. No outs after that solo shot to right. 0-1 count. Ground ball to second. The throw to first is in time. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Hard to make good contact when the pitches are that fast. Lang King Soo, the next batter, with 1 out. 5 runs to make up. Makes contact to third. The throw is in time. And that's 2 away. And Hines won't get the save here. It's not a save situation, but it looks like he will definitely keep the Ravens from making a comeback here. Bill Mahoney at the plate. Fly ball, and it's in the infield. Ranging over for Desidials. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the ball game. So a final here in Toronto, 12-7 for the Nomads over the Ravens. And it was definitely the Ravens' game for a little while. They had a big third inning. They took the lead 4-2, added another one in the fifth. Toronto only answered with one. It was 5-3, and then Toronto with back-to-back 4-run innings, including a grand slam by Sam Idiles. And Idiles, does he get the player of the game? Kenny Pearson gets the player of the game, but Idiles with that huge turnaround. I believe that was the go-ahead inning when Toronto took the lead again. The win goes to Hasegawa, who improves to 3-2. Blown save and a second loss in the season to Dave McDevitt, and that is the ball game. Game score of 40 for Medina, 42 for Dominguez, only marginally better. 23,791 fans here in Toronto watched this game, as well as looks like 5 viewers on our Twitch stream. And it was in front of, it was under clear skies, 51 degrees with the wind blown out to center. That probably helped a couple of those long balls carry, I would suppose. And we will check the other finals for today. Hey, look at that. I got some achievements. Grand slam, knock him in, all hits. Starting lineup. I didn't realize that. You get an achievement for everyone in your batting order getting hits. 10-7 was the final in Ohio as the Dragons improved to 11-9. The Oxen fall to 10-9, still above 500. Chicago dropping a game to the Montreal Metros. They fall to 13-7. The Metros improved to 9-11. 10-7 was the final there. St. Pete's Admirals drop a game to Seattle, 8-5. And the Washington Freedom have beaten the Nevada Speeders, only the third loss delivered to the Speeders this season. The score there in Nevada was 4-1. Congrats, Jeff. Only home run was from Les Groves of the Freedom. And we'll finish the day and move to Tuesday, April 26th. And I was going to do a doubleheader, so let's do a doubleheader with another team we haven't seen too much of. 2 teams, actually. And even though they're both basement dwellers, I like Miami and Arizona. I'm going to do Miami and Arizona, I think. It's tempting to do Nevada and Washington, but Nevada's had a lot of screen time, and we haven't seen too much of Miami. So we're going to do Miami Storm and Arizona Cowboys, and this will be a good one. Hey, Dylan, you made it. All righty. So for the Miami Storm, we have Franklin Tejada leading off, the first baseman. Jim Boyer, the Welshman, batting second. John Hart, the left fielder, batting third. Tyrone Osaurus, the catcher, batting cleanup. Ricky Jalapeno, the DH, batting fifth. Some fellow named Roberts. Is it Chris? Chris Roberts, the right fielder, in sixth. Rogelio Barreras, the third baseman, batting seventh. Howard Baker, second base, batting eighth. And Hector Moreno, the shortstop, batting ninth. On the mound for the Storm, Leighton Etter, who is a 2-0 this season with a 3.12 ERA, a 150 whip, but seemingly having a decent start to the season. For Arizona, they will lead off with looks like Tex Rudman, the young fella. I believe he was a Rule 5 pick in the past offseason, the center fielder. He'll lead it off. It'll be followed up by Juan Panora, the catcher. Jorge Velasquez, the right fielder, will bat third. Manos Van Holten, the second baseman, batting cleanup. Alexis Rosa, third left fielder, batting fifth. And we have Jeremy White, the first baseman, batting sixth. Dave Broomhead, the DH, batting seventh. And Aizen Nishida, the third baseman, batting eighth. In the number 9 hole is Garrison Newell, the shortstop. I'm suspecting he's another Rule 5 pick that Troy made in the offseason. Robbie McWeeny is on the mound for Arizona. I believe he's their number 1 in the rotation. He is 2-1 this season with a 4.13 ERA, which is surprisingly for this league a decent ERA. His 171 whip concerns me, but he is getting 9.8 Ks per 9, so a decent enough start to the year. And we'll get this game going. We are in front of 20,846 fans under clear skies and 89 degrees here in Arizona. Wind blowing out to center at 6 miles an hour. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the... I heard a ding. What was the last thing? I missed the notification there. Oh, no, the ding was from Slack probably. All right. Here we are, top of the first, 7:05 p.m. in Arizona, and that means actually we probably have some scores from the out-of-town scoreboard because we're in a different time zone. Oh, and I forgot. They don't start until we actually start the game. So we'll get the game going. I'll check those scores in a second. Leading off for the Storm, Frank Tejeda. Robbie McWeeny on the mound. 3-1 pitch to Tejeda. He takes it for ball 4. And a leadoff walk given up to Miami. McWeeny facing down Jim Boyer. 58 career home runs, 266 career average. 2-2 pitch. And it's a fly ball to foul territory over by the first base side. Catcher has it. John Hart is the next batter. 1-1 count. Ground ball up the middle. It's a bit of a dribbler into center field. And the runner from first is going all the way to third, and he is safe on the long throw from Tex Rudman, who's got a bit of a gun arm, but Tejeda with some wheels. 2 fast runners actually on the bases for Tyrone Osoris. Osoris, 290 this season with a 959 OPS, 4 home runs, 13 ribbies. First pitch to Tyrone, ground ball to third. The throw to first is in time. The run scores from third as Tejeda put the afterburners on, and Hart is at second. Ricky Jalapeno with a run on the board for Miami, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch hits him. Jalapeno is beamed on that one, and he is at first. Chris Roberts, the next batter. McWeeny kicks and delivers. Hard contact deep to right, but it's fading and caught. And that'll end the inning. 2 runners stranded, but Miami squeezes a run on the board. Tex Rudman to lead it off for the Cowboys. Rudman is batting .375 this season with a 1,042 OPS. Yeah, I wouldn't call McWeeny an ace, but he is the number 1 in the rotation. Rudman doing pretty good for a Rule 5 guy. 1-2 count. Layton delivers. Ground ball makes it into left field. Rudman's safe at first. Fantastic start to his career. Juan Panora, the next batter. There goes the runner. Tex is sliding into second safe. 4 for 4 in stolen bases this season. Osoris with a bit of an arm, but Rudman just too fast. Juan Panora, the 0-1 count. Ground ball to the shortstop. No chance to get Rudman, so he goes to first and gets the easy out. 1 out, Rudman at third now. Jorge Velasquez, the next batter. And he is beamed. Eder plunks him, perhaps in retaliation to the hit batsman that Miami suffered. Manis Van Hultzen, the next batter. Runners in the corners, 1 away. There goes the runner from first. Outside corner for a strike. And what happened there? He tried to throw the runner out at second. Tex came home from third to score, and the throw to second missed. Velasquez at third. I don't know. Score is an error, I would imagine, as Tex Rudman gets a run on the board for Arizona. Velasquez at third. Manis Van Hultzen, the batter, 0-2 count. Swings and takes it up the middle. There comes the runner from third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single to center field for Van Hultzen. 2 runs on the board for the Arizona Cowboys. Alexis Rosa is the next batter. Just one out. Van Hultzen at first. There goes the runner. The throw is not in time. Van Hultzen, and it's been a missed throw again to center field. Van Hultzen charges into third, picking up the extra base on the error. 2 errors on throws from the catcher this inning. And I don't know if those were defensive error or receiver errors or throwing errors, but it's not going to matter as Arizona is very close to scoring another run here. 0-2 count to Rosa. Ground ball. It's going to make it into left field. There comes the runner again from third. And it is a 3-1 ball game on the RBI single from Alexis Rosa. A very key pair of errors on attempting to throw runners out at second has cost Miami 2 runs in this game, in this inning even. And it's a 3-1 lead for the Cowboys. Jeremy White, the next batter. The very speedy Rosa at first. And let's see if they try to force some more errors with some running. No, they don't. Ground ball to third. That'll end the... that's only out number 2. Sorry. Alexis Rosa makes it to second on the throw. Leighton Etter having a rough outing here. Dave Broomhead, the next batter. And it's a dropped infield fly. What happened there? But they get to the runner coming from second to home. They get him at home. But wow, what happened there? Dropped infield fly. They didn't call the infield fly rule as there was 2 outs. But wow, what a missed play there. Anyway, I'm still bewildered. I don't know how to call that one. But no run scores. The third out instead occurs. The runner trying to score from second on an infield fly ball. Rogelio Barreras will lead it off for the Storm. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he didn't have anything to lose, so why not? They already had the lead. Barreras to lead it off for the Storm. He'll be followed by Baker and Moreno. McWeeny, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk. No strikeouts yet. And we're in the top of the second. Oops. And I forgot to check those out-of-town scores. He gives up a leadoff single to Barreras on a line drive to center. And let's check those scores before I forget again. Wow, Ohio jumping out with a 10-3 lead over New York. They're having a big, big game there in Ohio. 14 hits on the board. Looks like St. Pete's and Seattle all tied up at 1. 9-0 is the lead for Toronto. They're in the 7th over Minneapolis. 2-0 is the lead for Milwaukee over Boston. And looks like Chicago's got a 2-0 lead over Montreal. No scoring yet in Nevada as that game has not started. And I think I saw Eddie Patton out at the top of the Players of the Day board there for St. Pete's. He's so far having a good game. Top of the second here in Arizona. Baker is the next batter after Barreras singled to center, I think it was. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to third. Throw to second. Gets him. They don't get the batter at first. And looks like the top half of a double play, but not completed. Baker, safe at first in the fielder's choice. Hector Moreno is the next batter. 1 away. The 1-2 pitch. And it's a bit of a chopper to second. This will be a complete double play. And that ends the inning as we go to the bottom of the second now for Arizona. Still a 3-1 lead for the Cowboys. 38 followers. Just 12 more to go. 12 more, folks. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Make a second account. Give us a follow. Aizen Nishida to lead it off for the Cowboys. If you're in here watching and you still haven't hit that heart, hit that heart. Have a heart, hit it. 6 viewers now. 1-1 count. Ground ball is to first, and Tejeda takes it to the base for an out. Thank you for the follow, Bert Cohen. All right. Garrison Newell, the next batter, 1 away. And hard contact deep to center, but not deep enough. There's lots of room for I believe that's Boyer makes the catch, 2 away. Tex Rudman as we go to the top of the Cowboys order. Cowboys with that 2-run lead so far. And it's a blooper to left. It's going to drop in. Tex with another base hit. He's 2 for 2 today. Hart there to cut it off. Rudman, no chance of going to second. Juan Pinora, the next batter. Runner at first, the 0-1 pitch. And it's a ground ball right to the first baseman, but no time as he takes it to the base for out number 3. So we go to the top of the third. Storm get another chance here. Frank Tejeda, the batter. Thanks for the followers, and thanks for watching, all the viewers out there. Leadoff fly ball to Tex Rudman in center field. As Tejeda's retired, Jim Boyer from Pontypool, Wales is the next batter. 0 for 1 today. 239 is his batting average on the season. And he makes solid contact up the middle. He'll be 1 for 2 at least now. He's got a base hit today. John Hart, the next batter, with 1 out, 1 on. Full count to John. And a high fly ball to left center. Ranging over there for it is Tex Rudman. Alexis Rosa was the left fielder. And that is out number 2. Tyrone Osoris, the next batter up to the plate. 4 homers this season, 14 ribbies. 0 for 1 today, but he does have one of his RBIs today. And he draws a walk on the full count. Ricky Jalapeno, the next batter, who was plunked in his last at-bat. The 0-2 count to Ricky. Swung on, and it's a fly ball to center. Getting there in time was Tex Rudman with a leap, a Superman leap to grab it, and that prevented runs from scoring. Go to the bottom of the third now. As that ends the top half of the inning, we'll go to the bottom half. Cowboys will send Velasquez, Van Hultzen, and Alexis Rosa. And wow, it was a grab. Tex Rudman's having a phenomenal season. And I suspect Troy will be very pleased with himself on that Rule 5 pick. I'm fairly certain he was a Rule 5 pick, but I'm not 100% certain. Let me just double check here. Does it say down here? No, he was a minor league signing. Minor league contract. Unsigned after leaving college. For some reason, I thought he was a Rule 5 pick. Anyway, good job, Troy. Jorge Velasquez will lead it off here for the Cowboys. Leighton Eder, 2 innings under his belt. He's given up 3 earned runs, 5 hits, no walks or Ks yet for Leighton. Is he a first-round pick? Oh, I can't read. This is why I do my research before the games normally. Fly ball to center field. I believe you, but I got to look again because I just got to make sure I'm actually looking this time. And yeah, round 1, pick 14, 13th overall. A $1.4 million signing. Not 14. And he was the number 6 prospect. Maybe that's why I saw his name so much. He was a number 6 prospect. Anyway. Yeah. All right, back to the game. Well, that explains it, because I can't see anyone letting a guy that good go to Rule 5 and not protect him. Manus Van Hultzen, the next batter, with 1 away here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 count, no one on. Swung on and missed. He tried to hold up, but he went around. Eder gets his first K of the game. Alexis Rosa, 1 for 1 with a ribby. 1-0 pitch. With 2 away. And he makes contact, solid contact as it happens, into left field. Rosa is safe at first on a base hit. Jeremy White, the runner on, and 2 out. And a ground ball to third. The throw to second gets Rosa, and that will end it. Morgan Marley. He was a good Rule 5. He may have been the top award-winning Rule 5 pick. I have to check the wiki again, wiki.bullleague.org. There's a Rule 5 pick page, and you can see all the Rule 5 selections. But the Rule 5 pick page does have some interesting stats on the Rule 5s. Arizona is still with a 3-1 lead as we go to the fourth. We'll check those scores again. I try to check them in even-numbered innings, and it is 12-4 for Ohio. They're piling on the runs against New York. No scoring yet in the first as California and Calgary are underway. Top of the first there, 2 outs. No scoring yet in Nevada either as they're playing Washington. They're in the top of the first. Still 9-0 for Toronto over Minneapolis. They're in the bottom of the eighth. 3-2 is the lead for Boston over Milwaukee. Congrats to Jesse, the Boston GM. 5-1 is the final for St. Pete's over Seattle. And indeed, Patnaud with a complete game, just 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Eddie Patnaud, a very useful pitcher for St. Pete's, a very good acquisition. That's his second game. Chicago with a 2-0 lead still over Montreal. And we'll go back to the action here in Arizona. Yeah, you're just probably getting some home runs. I didn't check the home runs. We'll check the home runs in the next time we look at that scoreboard. Chris Roberts leading it off here for Miami, top of the fourth. And he is plunked. Shakes it off, goes to first. McWeeny is giving up his second free base on a hit batsman by my recollection. No strikeouts still for McWeeny. He's facing a tough bunch of batters that are not willing to swing at every pitch. Rogelio Barreras, the next batter. 1-1 pitch. He goes to short. This will be a double play completed. Barreras grounding into a double play. 2 outs on the board now for Howard Baker. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that is the first strikeout of the game for McWeeny. We go to the bottom of the fourth for the Arizona Cowboys, and they're going to lead off with Dave Broomhead. He'll be followed by Eisen Nishida and Newell. I think it's Greg Newell. Ground ball up the middle. It's a dribbler. The second baseman has it. Baker throws to first. Broomhead is retired. Eisen Nishida, the next batter. 1-1 count. Thank you again for joining us for our second game tonight. Ground ball to third. The throw to first is in time. Garrison Newell is the next batter. 1-2 pitch to Garrison Newell.
Strike 3, you're out.
What did I say it was, Greg? Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Cowboys as they go through the bottom third of their order. Hector Moreno, the shortstop, will lead it off here for Miami in the top of the fifth. Robbie McWeeny has now worked 4 innings, only allowing 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned run. Just 1 strikeout, though. His ERA has been reduced to 3.86. 1-2 pitch to Moreno. Swung on and missed, and that is strikeout number 2 for Robbie McWeeny. 28 on the season, 63 pitches into his outing. Frank Tejeda at the top of the Miami order now, 1 away. Swung on, hard contact, but it's high and going to be not deep enough to left as Rosa makes the catch. And just going to start something. Now that we have a number of viewers, we've got 5 viewers, I'm going to start that hat giveaway again. Give me a second while I go back to Streamlabs and start the timer on the hat giveaway. We do have 1 official Bull League baseball cap to give away. We'll give it away during this game. I'll give you 10 minutes on the clock to get your votes in. As we go to CloudBot, and we'll start the giveaway. Where to go? Give me a sec. It's coming. It's coming, folks. Can I edit it? It's currently a 5-minute timer. I think 10 minutes should get us to the end of the game. Hey, I'll go up on the timer. There we go. 10-minute timer has been set. And we're going to start this giveaway. Back to the game action here in Arizona. And to enter the raffle, just hit the exclamation mark and the word raffle. And that will give you one ticket into our draw for an official Bull League baseball cap. Which I was modeling a couple sims ago, but I don't have one on my head right now. Jim Boyer not leading off. The next batter here in the top of the fifth. 2 outs for Miami. McWeeny on the mound. 2-2 count. Swung on and missed, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning, I believe. No hits, no runs, no errors. No one left on. Go to the bottom of the fifth now. Arizona still nursing a 3-1 lead. And the big hitting Tex Rudman. Big hitting and big fielding, I should say. Had an outstanding flying catch earlier at center field. He's 2 for 2 today, and it is his next at-bat. He's so far flawless against Leighton Etter. He's gotten a hit both times he's faced him. Full count to Etter. And ground ball is thrown to first. Ground ball back to the mound, thrown to first. And he's out. Juan Panora, the next batter. 0-1 count. Swung on. Fly ball to center. Tailing off, but getting there in time is Boyer, who makes the catch. Jorge Velasquez, the next batter. Grab those tickets, folks. The only stipulation is you'll have to whisper me, or if you're a GM, you can Slack message me a PM with your address so I can ship the hat to you. Jorge Velasquez, the next batter. If you win, I should say. Don't bother sending me your address if you don't win. 2 outs on the board for Jorge. Bottom of the fifth. Swung on. Ground ball back to the mound, but the second baseman's in there to grab it. No throw to first, as Baker had to run too hard, too far. Velasquez with an infield single. Manus Van Hulten, the next batter. The cleanup hitter for Arizona with a runner on and 2 out. Hard hit, contact to left. It's tailing off, but caught just in the corner as Hart was charging for that one. So 1 hit and a runner stranded. No runs, no errors. We'll go to the 6th, and we'll check those scores again. I can write you a message back if you want, Scott. Looks like 3-2 is the lead for Boston in Milwaukee still. 5-0 on the scoreboard for Chicago. They're hosting Montreal. 2-0 lead for Washington over Nevada. They're in the bottom of the second. Still early games, early days. They are hitless, Nevada. No scoring in Calgary, California. Nobody cares. No GMs there. We already mentioned the St. Pete's final, 5-1 over Seattle. 13-4 is the final for Ohio. Congrats, Dylan. Another well-needed win there. I think you're 2 games above 500 now. New York should be below 500 or at 500. 18 hits. What a hit parade. And Toronto with a huge 12-0 shutout over Minneapolis. That's going to be a big game. Looks like Kayabia with a home run for Ohio. That was the only home run of the game. So 13 runs, most of them on small ball tactics, I'm sure. 18 hits. Anytime you get 18 hits, you're going to get a lot of runs. And yeah, my Nomads there with a very important win. We're trying to get out of the basement. 15 hits, just 2 home runs. Outstanding. Section Attack went 5 for 5 today with 2 doubles there, Dylan, and 2 ribbies. Eddie Patnaud's second player of the day. And looks like my Brian Chambliss has done fairly well too. 3 for 5 with a double, home run, and 4 ribbies. Back to the action here is Arizona, top of the 6th. Miami at the plate. Ground ball to first. McWeeny covering the bag, and John Hart is retired. Tyrone Osoris, 0 for 1 today, but with a ribby. First pitch to Tyrone, and it's hit right back to McWeeny, who's able to spear it, and nothing going on there for Tyrone Osoris as he's retired on a very quick fly ball. Ricky Jalapeno, the next batter. 2 away, 1-1 count. Miami struggling to get some hits on the board here. Ground ball to short. The long throw to first is in time, and that is 3 away. Arizona retires the side, and they'll get a chance now here in the bottom of the sixth to maybe add some runs to their lead. Alexis Rosa to lead it off. He'll be followed by White and Broomhead. Rosa 2 for 2 today with an RBI. 0-1 count. And he hits this one on the ground to third. The long throw to first is in time. One away. And Manny Meza is going to come into pitch now for Miami. And Miami's still hoping to turn things around, but they've given up on their starting pitcher. He's not going to be the guy to do it. Jeremy White, the next batter. 0 for 2 today. 1-0. And a blooper to right, just past the first baseman's head. That'll be good for a base hit. And Jeremy White, a very fast runner at first with just 1 out. Dave Broomhead, the next batter. Broomhead 200 on the season, 1 for 2 today though. There goes the runner, the slide, and he's safe. Osoris with a throw that was off the mark, but this time at least gathered in by the second baseman. We had 2 missed throws back in I think it was the second inning from Osoris. I don't know if those were receiver errors or throwing errors yet, but they cost Miami big time, as 2 of those runs that Arizona got were scored as a direct result of those errors. Dave Broomhead, the next batter, 2-2 count. And it's launched into left. It's in the corner. This will be extras. An RBI double for Broomhead. Scores Alexis Rosa from second. And it is 4-1 for Arizona. Aizen Nishida, the next batter. Troy, I hope you're watching this game. It's a good game, Troy. Your team's ahead. Aizen Nishida with 1 away, runner on second. Goes up the middle with a fly ball. It's going to be caught as Boyer charges in to grab it. Broomhead retreating to second. 2 down now. Garrison Newell at the bottom of the Arizona order. First pitch, he grounds it to second, but the second baseman's there to grab it. The throw to first is in time, and that will strand a runner as we go to the 7th. 4-1 Cowboys. Miami struggling to get on base or get runs even. Robbie McWeeny, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. He's having an outstanding outing and may yet improve his record. Chris Roberts, the right fielder and right-handed batter. 1-2 count to Roberts. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 30 on the season for McWeeny. Rogelio Barreras, the next batter. 2-2 count to Barreras. Swung on. Ground ball to short. Gets past the shortstop and into center field, as Newell unable to gather it in, and Barreras safe at first with a base hit. Howard Baker, the next batter. 0-1 count. And a deep fly ball, and no doubter to right. A 2-run shot will make this a 1-run ball game, as Miami finally breaks their drought. I think they had 6 scoreless innings. And here in the 7th, 5 scoreless innings, because of course they scored the first inning, I think. It was a 4-3 ball game, just 1 out. I believe the bullpen would be in action now. Doesn't show the AI bullpen. Hector Moreno, the batter. 1-0 count. Ground ball back to the mound. McWeeny spears it, throws the first, and gets the out. McWeeny assisting in his own defense here. Frank Tejeda, the next batter. 0-1 count to Frank Tejeda. And a fly ball to right. It is dropping in shallow for a base hit. That'll extend the innings slightly longer as Jim Boyer steps up to the plate. He is the go-ahead run. 1 for 3 today and a deep fly ball. It's carrying. It is over the fence. A 2-run shot for Boyer will bring the lead back to Miami. It is 5-4 for the Storm. They have unleashed a hurricane here, and that spells the end for Robbie McWeeny as he has given up the lead here in the 7th. Barry Gerard comes in to relieve, and wow, what a game. In the space of an inning, we've seen the score completely reversed now. 1-run lead for Miami. John Hart, the next batter. 2 away. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. This should end the inning as the relief pitcher, Gerard, covers first. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch, and what an exciting up and down 6.5 innings we've had. Arizona clinging on to a lead for a number of innings. 3-1 for the longest time. They get their 4th run, and then Miami storms back in the 7th. 5-4 is the score as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And while that's going to go on, we're going to check the timer on Streamlabs. What's our timer at? The raffle is close. We're going to pick a winner. We had 3 entrants. So congrats to whoever wins. And it is Battle Arena. Congratulations. You have won an official Bull League baseball cap. Just whisper me your address details. We'll send you out that cap probably sometime this week. I should be back. Congratulations. And thanks again for following and for watching. Back to the game, bottom of the 7th here in Arizona. Tex Rudman will lead it off for the Cowboys. We are getting to the run-scoring side of the Arizona order. Rudman 2 for 3 today. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on that 93-mile-an-hour cutter. Hello, Bert Cohen. Thanks for watching. Juan Panora, the next batter. Hitless in 3 at-bats. Connects hard here, deep to center, but getting there in time is going to be Boyer, who makes the catch. Boyer with that big inning last inning for Miami. Getting a couple runs on the board, that home run. Velasquez, the next batter, 2 away. Battle, yeah, if you have OOTP 20, you got to join. 3-1 pitch, and looks like Velasquez draws a walk. Manis van Hultzen, the next batter. 2 away, runner on first. And a hard hit ground ball to third, but that'll get the runner at second and end the inning. We'll go to the 8th and check those scores again. Yeah, we've got 5 teams open, I think. Someone's just in the process of joining this weekend. We didn't get a chance to get them set up yet. So now's a good time to join, because if we can get you set up before Tuesday's sim, then you'll be exporting after that. TP21. Well, we're not on 21 just yet. I do have it, but thanks again to Coach for connecting me up there, helping a guy out. The hookup. Top of the 8th here for Miami. They have the 1-run lead. Tyrannosaurus leading it off. And we will be switching to 21 by the end of our season, but that won't be till September. Osaurus with a deep fly ball. Right on the track, though. Rudman grabs it. 1 away. Ricky Jalapeno, the next batter. Plunked in his first at-bat, and he flares this one. It drops into center, shallow center for a base hit. Chris Roberts will follow him to the plate. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on the circle change. Barry Gerard, his first strikeout of the game, 15 on the season. And a chopper out to left field. Safe base hit. 2 away, 2 runners on. Howard Baker, the next batter. Looks like Matthew Donut is going to come in and pinch run, or has come in to pinch run. He will stay in as a DH. He's at second base. 2 outs, 2 on. Howard Baker at the plate. The 0-1 pitch to Baker. Ground ball to third. The throw to first. They go with that one, and that's in time. That'll retire the side. 2 runners stranded on 2 hits. Storm still leading as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Alexis Rosa will be followed by White and Broomhead, as Arizona will attempt to retake a lead here. Rosa connects. It's a high fly ball to left, tailing off, and it is caught for out number 1. Jeremy White, the next batter. 3-1 pitch. And it's a blooper. It's going to drop in to left center, and White is safe at first on a base hit. And Tyler Mixon will come in to pitch for Miami as they will try to close this out early. I believe he's the closer. Dave Broomhead, the batter. 1 out, Jeremy White at first. 0-1 pitch. Oh, the throw to the first baseman to try to get the runner. Almost had him, but he's safe. 2-2 pitch to Broomhead. And a called strike 3 gets him on a fastball pitch. 97 miles an hour on the radar gun. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1 pitch. And it's a high fly ball over to the first base foul territory. And that is out number 3. Storm still have the lead, and they'll get another turn at bat as we go to the top of the 9th. And I'll check those out-of-town scores one last time. An 11-0 final is Chicago blanks Montreal. California 2-1 is their lead in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 5th, Nevada's got a lead now against Washington. They're retaking that game. 3-2 is the score there. 3-2 is the final in Milwaukee as Boston takes the win. 13-4 was the final for Ohio. And the final for Toronto, I think we already said that one, 12-0. And it looks like Malcolm Danton's going to come in to pitch for Arizona. Hector Moreno leading it off here for the Storm. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As I'm attempting to do play-by-play with a mouthful of Oreo. Frank Tejeda, the next batter.
Strike 3.
And another strike 3 pitch. A called strike 3 for Tejeda. 2 outs on the board. Miami would like some insurance runs here. Jim Boyer could be the guy to do it. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs. Boyer had that 2-run homer earlier, but he grounds out to first here, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Arizona with a big opportunity here. John Elliott to come in to close it out for the Storm. 39 followers. We're just 11 away from that magic 50, and then we can hit the affiliate level. Tell all your friends. Joe Kuppers pinch hitting now for Arizona. The bottom of the 9th. 1-1 pitch to Kuppers. Hard hit contact on the ground is short. Not going to be deep enough. And the throw to first is in time. Tex Rudman back to the top of the Arizona order. 3-0 pitch. Outside for ball 4. Rudman draws a walk. And now the game-winning run is at the plate. Juan Panora is the batter. Lost my cookie in the milk, damn it. Full count. Big contact. Fly ball to left. It drops in for a base hit. Rudman goes to second. Two on with one out. Jorge Velasquez at the plate. The tying run at second. The winning run at first. Here's the pitch. It gets away from the catcher. And oh my God, the runners advance. Two runners in scoring position. Velasquez with a big opportunity here. A bunt could win the game. He's not likely to bunt. But with one out and runners at second and third, this is a critical phase here. John Elliott may fail to close this game out. 2-2 pitch. Strike three called. And Velasquez sits down. Magnus Van Hultzen, the next batter. Infield shifted weakly to the right. Two outs with two runners in scoring position. And again, that game-winning runs at second. Van Hultzen, first pitch is wide, and they're going to walk him. An intentional walk as Van Hultzen is put on first in favor of Alexis Rosa, who's 2 for 4 today with an RBI and 357 on the season. Not the guy I would want, but he isn't a power hitter, so I guess that's the strategy here. May not give up a grand slam. Hard hit ground ball. It makes it past the third baseman, and one run scores. The game-winning run comes home, and that is it. The throw was not in time, and Arizona wins the game on a walk-off ground ball. A 2 RBI single by Alexis Rosa. And what a topsy-turvy game. First, Arizona has the lead. They give it up in the 7th as the Storm come back with a tornado of runs in the top of the 7th, taking the lead and making it a 5-4 ball game. But Arizona walks it off in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs on the board, no less, and runners in scoring position. So great game. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that one. It was a photo finish. And we'll just check out the line score. So our final in Arizona was Miami, 5 runs, 9 hits on 2 errors. And that really cost them, I think, early on in the game. Arizona Cowboys, 6 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The player of the game was Alexis Rosa for that walk-off 2 RBI single. Mike Danton with the win. He improves to 2-1 after McWeeny blows it early on, allowing 5 earned runs and giving up the lead to Miami. Tyler Mixon with a hold, but Elliott with the blown save and the loss on the game is second on the season. Leighton Etter was injured while pitching, so that's why he came out in the 6th inning. And that was our game. We got 2 more games to sim, but we're going to quick sim those ones so you guys can carry on with the rest of your evenings. And oh yeah, that's right. A few DFA players that I've got to deal with. Please remember to check your DFAs before you export. 4 players. Kemp. If there's room, I'll put them on the AAA. Demote. I have no idea if these are AAA guys or where these guys are going to end up, but just we can advance the sim. We got 2 more days to sim. All right, good to go. So we're going to finish Tuesday the 26th. We'll do Wednesday the 27th, and then we'll finish on Thursday because I think a lot of teams were doing a 4-game series. So we'll just finish out those series for those teams that were doing that. All righty. If you're keeping an eye on the Slack channels, then you can see the game updates there. They might beat the game broadcast. You'll probably see the updates on Slack before you see them here. 4-1's the final in Toronto as we seem to have beaten Minneapolis again miraculously. Ohio with a 16-12 final over New York. It looks like a football score, not a baseball score. Ohio just one home run in that. Again, laying out the hits, 21 hits in that game. 36 hits if you count both teams. Chicago with a 9-5 win over Montreal. Boston dropping a 10-7 loss to Milwaukee. They fall to 10-12 on the season. The Admirals with a 9-6 win over Seattle. Miami Storm with a 10-5 win over Arizona as they get one back. Arizona now with 7 wins. They started off with a string of losses. I think they were 0-9 or something at the beginning of the season. Washington Freedom drop a game to Nevada. The Speeders have only lost 3 this season, 119. The score there was 9-3. And California Titles beat the Calgary Inferno. Nobody cares. No human GMs yet. We may have some. We've got guys interested in joining. So we'll finish the game. We'll do the one last game. And then we'll put up the league file and close out our broadcast. Thanks again to everyone who tuned in to watch. And congrats again to our baseball cap winner, which was LOL Battle Arena. So again, make sure you send me a whisper. I haven't checked my my Twitch whispers, but send me a whisper and we will, with your address, and I'll ship out that hat to you. And Toronto's been delivered their first loss of this series. Looks like 5-4 loss to Minneapolis in our last sim game. Milwaukee hops with a 7-0 resounding victory over the Boston Brawlers. St. Pete's with a 4-3 win over Seattle. Miami dropping another one to the Arizona Cowboys. I think they split that series. 5-3 was the final there. California and Calgary with a 4-3 win over the Calgary Inferno. So that's all the games we had for this sim. Thanks again for watching. We'll advance one more day, put ourselves on Friday. Our next sim will be Tuesday. And what's the date going to be on Tuesday? Oh God, the 21st. Excuse me. We'll do a 3-game sim then. And hopefully we'll have at least one new GM active and participating. Jason, who is interested in joining. And I'll give you the standings just before I start doing the league file, just so you can see what your standings are. You can screenshot it if you want. New York Dragons on top of the East Division with a 500 record, 11-11. My Nomads have crawled out of the basement, sort of. 2 games behind first, 10-14. The Boston Brawlers 10-13, just a game and a half out of first. Chicago is still in first place in the Lake League West Division. Now Ohio is the number 2 team, as Minneapolis took a string of losses against my Nomads. Ohio Oxen just 2.5 games out of first and 3 games above 500. Congrats, Dylan, if you're still watching. The St. Pete's Admirals 14-9. They're at the top of the ML East. Washington Freedom and Miami Storm, the other 2 human teams there, still occupying the last 2 slots in that division, but some signs of improvement there. Nevada Speeders 19-3 on the season so far. They're having a very good season. This is a Nevada Speeders type of season. Historically, pretty good team. Arizona Cowboys no longer with no wins. They've got 8, but they're still struggling miserably. 11.5 out of first with an 8-15 record. Thanks again for watching. I'll put the league file up and close out the sim. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right, guys. Thanks again. And until next time, that's Bull Baseball.